Hi and welcome to the video. The fire type only challenge was quite fun, especially seeing some rare Flareon in action, but I want to do a solo challenge now. That's why I want to find out, can I beat Pokemon Fire Red with only a Rattata? Rattata is one of the weakest Pokemon in Kanto. The rival used one in this game, and while it wasn't good enough for him, I want to use it and go all the way. Checking the move pool is a bit sad at first, only Hyperfang is really good here, but glancing over the TMs is a whole different story. It can learn basically all the good moves one can dream of, so the run should be fun as well. Let's talk about the rules. I can only use Rattata in battle, I can catch other Pokemon for HM use, otherwise the run would be impossible. I cannot use any items in battle, but held items are allowed. It would help me out immensely if you like and subscribe, but let's start the run. The starter doesn't really matter to me, I can choose the starter which results in the hardest battle in the end, and it's Bulbasaur. The rival will have Gyarados, Executor and Charizard in the end. One Intimidate, one status moves user and the strongest Pokemon in the game. Of course I lose the first battle, but this gives the rival a little hope before I come back with Rattata later on. After getting the parcel in Viridian City and trading it in for the Pokédex, I can catch the main star of the show, Rattata. It has the runaway ability, Guts would be way better, but this makes it a bit harder. Gentle nature is plus special defense minus defense, I don't know how to feel about this. I tried the rival at Route 22 with my level 9 Rattata. I thought this will be very easy, but the rival only used attacking moves and I lose just one move away from winning. If he had used just one non-damaging move, I could have won. I tried again at level 10 and seeing Sand Attack was a bit annoying, but the rest of the battle was quite easy. I missed once or twice and Charmander critical hits with Scratch, but Rattata made it in the end on 1 HP. A win is a win. The first gym leader is Brock, a rock type specialist. I have very little faith in Rattata for this one. The little red doesn't learn anything relevant to this battle besides Hyperfang. There's also no crazy strategy or something like that available. This will be a pure stat game and I hope I don't need like level 30 to beat it. The trainer in the gym is a very good indicator on how far behind I actually am. The Geodude doesn't go down at all, and keep in mind Brock has an Onix right after that one. This will be terrible. But let's look how far behind I actually am. Geodude is quite bulky and it's easy to see that Hyperfang is actually not enough. Not even close. Yeah, I think I try again in like 5 levels. I try again at level 18 and the damage is way better. It's actually amazing how better this battle goes. Geodude goes down like it's nothing. Okay, the damage is a bit dangerous. Onix is here and the run might be over. Rock Tomb deals a lot of damage, but most importantly, the speed goes down as well. Hyperfang crits once and now the battle might be winnable, but at the end I lose with Onix at 1 HP or something like that. I could win with enough tries, but I would need an early flinch and a critical hit. At level 20, Rattata can evolve, just kidding, but it learns Focus Energy, which increases the chance a critical hit. That way the battle is quite easily done, and as I said before, I could have done multiple tries, maybe in the 3-digit range, to beat Brock way earlier, but in the end I have to grind levels anyway, and why not do it early on. Brock goes down and I think this was the hardest battle for a while. I hope. In Mount Moon there's nothing really relevant to grab. I think TM Thief might be the interesting later on, if I need some power boosting items, but other than that, it's just a little walk to the next city. The arrival at Nugget Bridge is usually way easier than Misty, and this time is no different. The Hyperfang miss, and then seeing Sand Attack was quite a blow at first, but Rattata runs through the team like a knife through hot butter, or so the saying goes. The rival is defeated and I didn't even need to grind Rattata up for this battle. Now with this morale boost, I try to beat Misty without any additional experience points. But Staryu already destroys Rattata. Water Pulse hits and confusion is horrible. Of course Starmie is faster as well. This try was just unlucky. I try again and this time works out really well. But Starmie is faster and hits so hard. Hyperfang had to crit for the win and it didn't. I could grind out the win, but let's go through Nugget Bridge first. After beating all the trainer on Nugget Bridge, I was already at level 25 and that would be a good time to try Misty again. Staryu goes down quickly. Starmie is still faster, but Hyperfang did over half. The only way to win here is to use Quick Attack and crit with the Focus Energy increase the critical hit chance, and I win. Misty is very hit or miss and she can be a roadblock, but Rattata came out on top this time. While searching through the rooms on SSN, I run into this gentleman who has both Nidorans. Thanks to the Hyperfang miss and double kick, I could have wiped here as well. A critical hit or another miss would have been very embarrassing, but that's on me for playing with only Rattata, I guess. The rival in SSN was really easy. I first thought that he could maybe cause some trouble, but no, Rattata just beats everyone in one hit with Hyperfang, besides Chameleon, but the flinch was icing on the cake. Let's hope the rival stays easy for the next battles as well. Okay, Lieutenant Surge is very easy as usual. The first two Pokemon can't do anything against Rattata, don't even need to use TM deck for this battle. Raichu actually survives one hit, but Quick Attack works fine too. Don't want to risk a chance to miss with Hyperfang. I didn't know that Lieutenant Surge can't even full heal Raichu, but doesn't matter in the end. Lieutenant Surge is defeated and I am approaching the mid game, which might lead to a lot of grinding. I usually don't think about Rock Tunnel too much, but with only a Rattata and normal type attack moves, it was quite hard. Hiker with Geodudes and Onix took a long time to beat, and sometimes they beat me. I think you have to beat 3 hikers to traverse Rock Tunnel in firered and leafgreen. I didn't use Dig to beat them, since magnitude hits underground, and the Geodudes love to use magnitude if they can. I was scared of Hiker Dudley, but it wasn't too bad. I lost once, but figured I just have to use Focus Energy first and hope to survive one turn against Graveler, while one of the 2 Hyperfang have to critical hit. And got it on the second try. In the end, Rock Tunnel wasn't too bad. After Rock Tunnel itself, the Lavender turn is Team 27 Return, which is the strongest move Rattata can get. It has more PP than Hyperfang, and while dealing more damage as well, that move is amazing. Erika's the next gym leader, and I think one of the last easy ones for Rattata. Return deals a lot of damage, and the little red isn't even that many levels ahead of her. But as you can see, Rattata is more a glass cannon, dealing some good damage while taking a lot as well. Unfortunately, I lose against Erika's Vileplume, but it should be possible with some better luck. And I got it at the next try. I think Focus Energy might be a bit underrated, so many battles are won with this move alone. Lumberry is really good here to remove Sunspore or whatever else Erika might use, and then blow through the team with Return until everything faints. To be honest, I think I only needed 1 crit against either Tangela or Vileplume, but getting 2 is nice of course. This time I don't clean up the Rocket hideout, just taking the most valuable items I can grab and only beating the Rocket Grunts who are mandatory. I try to keep Rattata as low as possible, even though it already outlevels most Pokemon in this part of the game. Giovanni has 2 rock types, and I want to finally use Dig because I believe they can't hit underground for now. Yeah, as I thought, and the battle against Giovanni is really easy. Dig doesn't KO, but Onix Rage was so bad. I went for Focus Energy again, and it absolutely paid off big time. Rhyhorn got a critical hit Dig, which defeats it in one go, and while I was scared of Kangaskhan, it didn't use Fake Out for some reason and went down after 1 return critical hit. Focus Energy again showed its true power here. The rival at Pokemon Tower is usually pretty underwhelming, and this run is no exception. Do you think this is the worst rival battle in the whole Pokemon series? If not, which one would it be? Most of the times you just steamroll this battle without any issues, but maybe it's like that because you should have battled this rival fight right after Rock Tunnel, but doesn't really matter. The next part of the game is Koga or Silph Co. I usually like to do Koga first and see how far I can go. I left a lot of trainer untouched in case I need more money and experience points, but would like to see more effort values and special attack for Thunderbolt later on against Gyarados, or Ice Beam for Lance, since Intimidate can throw a huge wrench in the plan. I am actually surprised how smooth this run goes so far. I thought this would be a nightmare, but Rattata manages to beat all trainer relatively quickly, but I think it will all change at the Elite Four the latest. But let's try Koga first. I assume he's quite easy, but I need more level to beat him. His team is quite tanky at times. My first try against Koga went as good as I imagined, and that means absolutely horrible. I can't one-hit Coughing, and Sludge deals already a lot of damage. Rattata can beat the Coughing, but Muk is on another level, destroying me easily in the process. I think I just need more level. Maybe I try again with 5 more. At level 48 it seems possible. But if I don't high roll with Return, Coughing will survive and do some nasty stuff. For example, sometimes Toxic, which will wear Rattata down and I lose before I can deal the finishing blow. Or I just use Self-Destruct, beating Rattata from full HP. I level up once more to get the safe KO with Return and see how it goes. Will you look at that? Just 1 more level and the battle is very easy. Coughings go down after 1 return. Muk does survive, but Minimize can be annoying or doesn't do anything at all. And Weezing at the end uses Smokescreen, which could be dangerous, but Rattata just doesn't care and hit anyway for the win. I was a bit surprised that Koga can be dangerous, and level 49 Rattata doesn't even feel that high of a level to be honest. Let's see how the rival in Silph Co goes. The rival fight was actually quite interesting. Seeing Pidgeot survive and hit hard with Wing Attack didn't fill me with a lot of confidence, to be honest. Gyarados with Intimidate and also hitting some damage seemed to be the end of the battle, but after that everything turned out to be just fine. Critical hit against Charizard was very important, while the stun spot from Execute seemed to be very bad, but it wasn't able to damage Rattata that much, and I just had to win the final perilous gamble against Alakazam, since the Psychic type does not have a damaging move if I recall. Yeah, the battle is won, Rattata is great. The final boss of Silph Co is Giovanni, and usually he's very easy, but it's a bit different now. In the first try I got hit by a double kick, tail whip and then lose in the last moment to a stomp from Rhyhorn, which was quite annoying to say the least. But I try again and got hit by Nidorino's ability for poison, which a berry restores, just to get hit by another poison against Nidoqueen. That was so crazy. Kangaskhan is not an issue, and I just needed one additional turn against Rhyhorn to use another dig, but I went down to 1 HP and needed a return critical hit, which I did not receive. Very unlucky. So how do I beat Giovanni? I just forgot that I already bought Ice Beam at the game corner, which should KO Rhyhorn just like that. Just beating up Nidorino, Nidoqueen and Kangaskhan again. Nice critical hit against Kangaskhan, by the way. And then proceed to just beat Rhyhorn, which didn't KO in one hit, but that's fine. It's a bit funny to me, I could have won without Ice Beam in this try, but yeah. Since I'm already in the city, I can get the 6th badge from Sabrina. Psychic type Pokemon are notoriously bad against physical attacks, at least in Kanto. As long as I'm faster, I should one-hit KO everyone besides maybe Venomoth, but that one also goes down in one hit. The only other threatening Pokemon would be Alakazam, but I am faster and return does enough damage to KO it in one hit as well. Actually, an easy gym, I like it. But I guess the next two gyms might be a bit more problematic. The next two gyms are the Fire type gym and the Ground type gym. Beating them is easy on paper because Rattata isn't weak to anyone in particular, but Blaine has a Growlithe and an Arcanine, which both have Intimidate. That ability is very strong against me. To Intimidate are basically halving the attack power, and I don't think I can survive any damaging moves from Arcanine. And that's only for the Fire gym. The last gym has 2 Rhyhorn, both Nido and a Dugtrio. Funny enough, Dugtrio might be the weakest one if I outspeed it. I may have to level up a lot to beat these two opponents. As I thought, the battle isn't doable at that point. Growlithe goes down in one hit, which was already surprising to me, but Ponyta survives one hit and hits back big time with Fire Blast, nearly beating Rattata from full HP. Yeah, that's not good. I'm not even sure how high I need to level up in order to beat this battle, since Arcanine might even survive 2 hits. While cutting through me like a paper door, I try again in 5 level. At level 57 it's a lot easier. Growlithe is a one-shot again, and Ponyta goes down in one hit as well. Rapidash is a bit more interesting, but actually survives in potion range by blasting Rattata nearly into the reset. At least I can beat Rapidash now and see Arcanine for myself. Intimidate is huge and return does not even half. Okay, that's actually terrible. I would need to either see 2 Fire Blast misses or have at least 2 critical hits to win. I guess I level up a bit more because I need the level anyway. Level 60 doesn't work out either. I had one try where I could have won but needed a crit or another miss. To be honest, I kind of miss Focus Energy here. Or even worse, if Rattata had Guts, the battle would have been very easy actually. Just getting poisoned beforehand and pray for one miss against Arcanine. Oh well, some more grinding. It took until level 68 to beat Blaine, and don't think I didn't try in the meantime. Always the same issue. Rattata wasn't able to KO Arcanine, which always survived on like a sliver of HP, or flat out KO'd me in one go. I had to hit over 50% return in order to win, but in this try, I just get a critical hit to remove Arcanine for good. If I need level 68 to beat Blaine, I don't trust to beat this game with only Rattata. Last gym leader is Giovanni, and I can't believe how much easier he is than Blaine. Actually, everything is down in one hit easily. I thought maybe the level 50 Rhyhorn might survive one hit, but it went down in one go as well. I don't know what to say. I really hope the rival goes as smooth as well. Yeah, kind of. Pidgeot is down in one hit with return. Rhyhorn goes down with one Ice Beam, but I already knew that from Giovanni. Execute was a bit hard to evaluate. If it survives, I might be in big trouble, but it didn't. Alakazam has no chance against Rattata's return. Now comes the weird part. Gyarados did indeed survive a Thunderbolt, which confused me a lot. Rain Dance was really nice to see. That should leave Charizard without any good moves, but I was actually wrong. It survived, did Scary Face to lower my speed. I thought I can't lose anyway and press on Thunderbolt, but Slash critically hits and nearly KOs. But Thunderbolt hits and paralyzes to save the battle. I thought that was really funny, but without that I would not have won this battle. The Elite Four will be very hard. In terms of power rankings, I believe Lance will be the hardest, then the champion, and after that Lorelei. I think Agatha and Bruno are way easier, even though Bruno might have a move or two which totally destroys me. The issue with Rattata is just that it's too weak on the stats. The move pool is amazing, but the stats are just not here. Anyway, let's check the stats before entering the Elite Four for the first time. I think speed and attack is actually fine, but special attack is way too low, and I need to KO Gyarados and Dragonite in one go, or I just lose on the spot. I still have a lot of rare candies to pump through, but it might end in another grind. I believe the run is possible even without guts, but let's find out. Lorelei has a lot of tanky Pokémons, and Dugong survives one return. That doesn't fill me with confidence. Cloyster is very annoying with Protect, and Thunderbolt should be more damage than a return, but it's only a 2-hit as well. Nexus Lover, which is also very tanky, but I critically hit with Shadow Ball and can move on to Lapras. But here comes the reality check. Return doesn't even deal half. That is horrible. Even with more level, I would just barely hit over half to trigger the Citrus Berry. I guess I start the grind early. At level 75 we have a chance against Lorelei. Dugong is still a 2-hit KO, but it gets down in the red range. Cloyster was easy before, it is still easy to beat with 2 Thunderbolts. Just takes a while again, thanks Protect. Slowbro was shocking to me. Shadow Ball deals just barely over half, which means in the first try, critical hit was just on the dot KO, but I take it. Lapras is very dangerous, but Return actually did enough damage to push through after Citrus Berry. I have a Lumberry equipped, since Lorelei has different types of status moves available. Last is Jinx, but Shadow Ball is so strong, it doesn't matter. It just goes down in one simple and clean hit. Lorelei wasn't too bad after all. Let's see Bruno. I'm gonna be completely honest, I didn't think Onix survives Ice Beam. That changes everything I thought about this battle. Rock Tomb's damage doesn't matter, but the speed reduction could be an issue. And here's the other thing, Hitmonchan survives Return. That is actually horrible. I can't let Bruno take the win here, but I need to try some more. In the next try I realized that everything is an ugly range. Onix could go down in one hit and Hitmonchan could go down in one hit. But if Onix hits me, I get the speed reduction and that leads to an easy KO against Hitmonlee. I have some rare candies, let's see if that changes anything. I just needed 2 more levels, Onix is a one-shot and Hitmonchan as well. Without a speed reduction of Rock Tomb, I can hit Hitmonlee first and it goes down in one return. Now I can face Machamp, and of course return is not enough, but Cross Chop misses, it has only 80% hit and another return KOs. That was easy. Last is Onix and Ice Beam doesn't KO, but freezes. I don't think I needed a freeze, but I take it anyway. So I get through Bruno without getting any damage. That is amazing. The battle against Agatha was insane. Gengar 1 has no chance against Shadow Ball and goes down easily. Golbat is way more dangerous and survives a return, but Air Cutter misses, which has a 95% hit chance, and then we just trade returns for full restores until Golbat goes down. The issue in this battle would be Arbok with the Intimidate, and it of course survives the return, but it uses Screech now. I don't know how to feel about it, but for now it doesn't really matter, and the Snake goes down as well. Gengar 2 is the one where everything falls apart. Shadow Ball doesn't care thanks to Intimidate, and it uses Sludge Bomb because of Screech, but Rattata survives on 7 HP against all odds and proceeds to KO with another Shadow Ball. That was insane. I thought it was over after I read Sludge Bomb. Last is Honda, but it is just a way worse Gengar in this fight. I had Chesterberry equipped, so it needed 2 turns anyway because it doesn't have any damaging moves besides Dream Eater. I am at the last Elite Four, remember. I lied. I thought the last battle was insane. This one is way more so. Of course Gyarados survives the Thunderbolt because Rattata doesn't have good special attack. But Dragon Rage is fixed damage and I can proceed to KO with another Thunderbolt. Aerodactyl however is faster and uses Hyper Beam, but I survive on 1 HP and use Ice Beam to which hits and freezes. I wasn't believing what I saw and I could use Shadow Ball to put it into range and then another Ice Beam to beat the Rock Flying type. It had to stay frozen for that to work. Now comes Lance's ace, Dragonite, and Ice Beam only does half, so I lose. But the fight against Aerodactyl was a dream scenario. I am not sure how many more levels I need to beat this fight. And I just use all rare candies I have left. At level 82 the battle is still very bad. I tried multiple times and most of them Gyarados survived, did Dragon Rage and went down right after. Aerodactyl is next, use Scary Face and I would be slower than the rest of his team. If it uses a damaging move, I might have a chance, but Ice Beam or Thunderbolt deals around half and are very unreliable. I never beat Dragonite like this. I think it is possible, but I need more levels. I just hope to not need level 100, but let's see. At level 93, I got a chance to finally move on after Lance. Thunderbolt is no one hit against Gyarados, and against Aerodactyl I need to have a Scary Face miss or a Paralyze, which I kind of did and at the same time did not. It's weird, but Aerodactyl goes down without doing anything. Dragonite takes a Blizzard full on and survives on like no HP left and uses Safeguard. You can't imagine how hyped I got. Return into full restore to get it into range. I actually realized that return after an Intimidate is still so much damage. Maybe I need to change something. Anyway, Blizzard misses and I see Hyper Beam and my hype got crushed in an instant, but I survive it and go for another Blizzard. Should have been returned, but doesn't matter. Dragonair 1 comes next and Blizzard connects and one hit KOs it, so I was like, I just need to hit one more. I actually do hit, but the last Dragonair survives on 1 HP, got frozen, thawed up immediately and KOs me with Hyper Beam. Okay, I got to be honest, I do think the battle is possible at level 93, but it was try 15 or something, maybe I should go all the way to 100. I took a break and wanted to try again at level 93, and this was the battle I was looking for. Gyarados goes down in one hit. Aerodactyl gets a ton of damage and uses Wing Attack instead of Scary Face, which is huge. Dragonite comes out, I use Blizzard, it hits and freezes. I was so happy to see that. I pressed return afterwards because of full restore, but Lance didn't want to use one. Dragonair 1 can't do much against return and goes down, only Dragonair 2 left. Return hits and survives to use Thunder Wave. I couldn't believe it. I stay paralyzed turn after and thought it's over again. Outrage deals very little damage and Citrus Berry gets me out of range for another hit, but in the end my return hits and finally defeats Dragonair 2. I was so happy, you can't imagine that. Lance is defeated and I hope the final battle is easier, but let's see. The final battle. I don't know what to say. I have around 50 tries against him and I always lose because my damage is always just short of KO. If I had trained special attack, this battle wouldn't even be an issue, but I was lazy and I have to pay the price. In order to win, there has to be so much going right. Pidgeot is a range, Alakazam is never an issue, Executor uses any move it seems like. Having Chesterberry equipped for Sleep Powder is the best case, but Rhydon is crazy. It survives Blizzard just barely and it never missed with Scary Face, not even once. And once it hits, the battle is over. Being slower than Gyarados or Charizard is bad. Gyarados is fine if I am faster. I can hit with Thunder and win. I was here once with Thunderbolt, but it wasn't enough. I think the safest option for me is to level up to 100 and just win that way. Wasting 100 or more tries here just feels bad. I thought level 100 is an easy victory, but no. I still needed several tries, but let's see how it goes. Pidgeot is a one hit of course. Alakazam and Executor lose to a single Shadow Ball, as expected. Rhydon is the first issue. I needed to hit Blizzard and you might not believe it. It isn't a safe KO. This time it is. Gyarados reduce attack and Thunder easily removes it from the battle. Last is Charizard and here we go. If I don't hit, I lose. But I do hit and Thunder hits critical, winning against the champion and finishing the run. Can a single Rattata beat Pokémon firered? Yes, it can. Even though the end was very stressful, I liked the run overall. I made a lot of mistakes on the way, especially in the special attack training, which I flat out didn't do. Please let me know what you would have done different in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you want to see more Pokemon runs. Have a nice day and I see you in the next one.